Hey, I'm Tracy Burns with FoxNews.com. All right, Susanna Hoff and the Bengals would be proud because we're talking Egyptians. We're not walking like them, but apparently we're counting like them. There's a new book out, Count Like an Egyptian. Dr. David Reimer is here to talk about this. The Egyptians are credited with kind of being the first mathematicians, right?
Right. They started geometry according to the Greeks.
But why a whole book on it? I mean, isn't that enough?
They do math in a completely different way. The Egyptians were separated from the rest of the world. They were surrounded by desert. The Mediterranean Sea was long before they had reliable sea travel. So they developed an isolation, and we always think of there's one way to do a math problem, but they did it in a completely different way.
But then why didn't that translate down the pike? Did someone eventually think that the Egyptians were Looney Tunes and they said, no more, we'll do it a different way?
There were two competing forces. There were the Babylonians who did it one way and the Egyptians who did it another way. But since the Egyptians were mostly isolated, the Babylonian way spread through the rest of the world.
So what happened to the Egyptian way? Did it get buried with the pharaohs?
They still knew about it. I mean, as late as Fibonacci, we see him writing about Egyptian fractions. So somewhere people didn't forget it, but it wasn't in wide use.
So they did, though, have like a 10-symbol system, right?
Yes. One
of them was a frog, wasn't it?
Yes. They have like
I thought that was pretty cool. Like number 9, I think, was a frog.
Yeah. Well, no, it's a 1 is a 1.
No, yes, you're right. A million maybe was a frog or something like that.
A million is a guy holding his hands out like this.
I love
like,
that.
Oh my God, that's a big number.
What if you can't draw? No one knows what numbers you're talking about.
They had a shorthand, a scribbled hand. They only used the fancy pictures when engraving it on stone.
Okay, so you have math problems here on the chalkboard.
Absolutely.
And we're going to do Egyptian math.
And
I'm going to walk
multiply.
like an Egyptian.
That's right.
Susan Hoff.
All right. So I've set up the problem. What we're going to do is figure out how to do 5 times 7. And I set it up. I write the 5 here. You'll always write a 1 underneath and a 7 here. Now, what I want you to do...
Wait, why? 5 times 7. There's a
5 and a 7, and this is always a 1.
Okay.
Now, what I want you to do...
Oh, boy.
...is double these numbers going down. So double 1 and write it below it.
So it's 2.
Double 7.
And it's 14.
Do it again. Double 2.
Oh, this is like a game.
And double this.
28.
Now, what I want you to do, if we double it again, we go past 5, so we stop.
Okay.
Look at these numbers and check off the ones you would need to add to get 5. Which of these numbers added together?
1 and 4.
So put a check here and a check here.
Oh, okay.
Now,
this is more confusing already.
Trust me, it's easier. Now, add the numbers in the checked rows in the right side.
Well, now I really have to do math. I get 35.
And what's 5 times 7?
That's my answer.
35.
Yeah, but I have no idea what you just said.
All we did was double and add. Think about kids in 2nd grade. They're memorizing a 10 by 10 multiplication table. They're learning how to line things up. They're doing all these things.
Yes, and then you cheat with the 9s and you do this.
Right?
The 9 thing?
And this, all you need to do to double is to know how to add a number to itself.
Why wouldn't have this lasted through the test of time then?
That's a good question. People knew about it, but they didn't like it for some reason.
Okay, so what's going on over here?
You're going to learn how to divide.
Oh, boy.
Now, do the same thing with the 1 and 6.
Okay, I need my chalk. Hold on. Okay, the 1 and 6.
Double.
So, double it. I'm at 2 and 12.
Double it again.
I'm at 4 and 24.
Now, pick numbers in this column that add up to 36.
Well, now we're getting
It's a little harder.
All right, 12 and 24.
So check these.
Check these guys.
And add these two together.
Add these two together
this
time.
column.
That's 6.
36 divided by 6 is?
6.
Notice it's exactly the same problem. They do division exactly the same way they do multiplication. You just work with different sides of the table. So once you know how to add, you know how to double. Once you know how to double, you know how to multiply. Once you know how to multiply, you know how to divide. And you can teach this.
Because the way they teach these kids these days, I can't do 4th grade math anymore.
It takes years to learn long division. It takes
and
a year
it's so
to
confusing.
memorize.
You got to keep everything in the columns, and the kids blow it every single time.
That's right. And in 5 minutes, I can show little kids how to do this.
But are people going to pick up this book and read this and reteach the whole
that's
world?
That's what I'm hoping. That's what I'm hoping.
Is that what the book? I mean, wait, but there's a big book, and this is the whole thing.
This is the very beginning. Most of the book talks about how they did fractions, which is even more bizarre.
Because I thought they didn't have fractions.
They did have fractions.
It was the frog over the guy with the hands up.
They would put a symbol over a number. So if you wanted to say a fourth, you would write 4 with a little mouth over it, and that was a fourth.
Hence the hieroglyphics?
That's right.
Do the walk like a Egyptian?
Yeah, right.
I love it. All right, Dr. Reimer, check out the book, Count Like an Egyptian. I don't know, maybe we should have all grammar school teachers pick this thing up over the summer. That should be your summer reading. Go get a book. Doctor, thank you.
Thank you.